Hello.
Hi. I'm just waiting
Hi.
for. Yeah, it took a minute for this one to go on.
Oh my god. My hair
Let's
is
see.
like a mess.
I just brushed my hair just now. I hadn't brushed it since Saturday.
Lucy.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Looks like it's taking a minute for.
Hi,
I don't know if it's just me or. But anytime I use OBS now on Kumu, it takes a minute for it to load.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a black screen on Kumu right now. It takes like a minute or two. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me or if other people are having issues.
With what?
OBS on Kumu.
I'm not gonna lie, the mirror image is killing me.
Oh,
There
we
you
go.
go.
There we
Yay.
go. There we
They can
go.
see us now.
Woo!
Hi, everybody.
We be live. We be live. See, I can't get in the middle. Wait, hold on. We be live.
How do we change it?
Wait, why did we change? Why did we change
Nothing. I wanted to see which
format?
view looked better.
Because we look like superheroes. Wait, can we like ban the mirror image? Is killing me. I can't figure out what way I'm going.
You can't change the mirror image.
I look so pale, y'all. I look so pale. I'm gonna put some makeup because I look hella pale.
I know.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. See, I should have put hair.
I'm a little off today. I'm so tired.
It's okay.
Wait, are we on live already?
Yes, we are.
And you're putting okay, fine. I'm gonna follow Joe. Hold on.
Get ready with the Kumarehood.
So get ready with me. This is Thrive Cosmetics. If you want to make your see, I have to do this. I'm like trying to figure out. Okay, can I ask you a question? When you put your mascara, do you like open your mouth or your eyes?
I think I do both.
I think I do both too. I don't
Let's
really
find
wear
out.
It doesn't work.
Let's
on
All right,
find out.
y'all have to put mascara now. We have to do it together. Let's see.
I don't even own mascara.
Oh, I do both my eyes and my mouth.
Yeah.
Especially if I try to do my lower lashes, I think I open my mouth. I was trying to find my mascara.
See, I was trying not to open my mouth, dude.
Good luck.
Hi, Riza. Strive
This is
Fudge.
the struggle is real.
Hi, guys. Everybody on Kumu. Let's see. Oh, Bestie sees us on Facebook.
Did you put mascara already?
Bestie.
I'm
I
upping on
can't see
mascara.
comments
Too much
on
work.
Kumu.
Are you on Kumu?
Yeah, let me close it and go back.
Now you got me all like, I'm like, I have to put it on now. My mom's gonna be like, anak, bakit pa? Why did you have to put the mascara on camera?
I know. Well, when my mom would see my replays that I post on Instagram or like the promos, she was like, "How come you don't put on makeup all the time? You should put on makeup all the time when you stream." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." I was like,
You're
I get lazy. I'm too tired.
I know. It's like we work and then we work and then we work.
All the time.
Okay, let's figure. I'm all like, is it left or right?
Thank you guys for sharing. Oh wait, let me share. I need to share this on Facebook.
I'll be right back, y'all. I can't find my phone, so I could go on YouTube or the other ones. Hold on.
Where is this streaming from on Facebook?
On the Elite X account and the Kumari Culture page. So I'm sharing the one from Elite X.
Okay,
What are we talking about today?
Education.
Oops.
Next.
Joe.
I am not liking this. It's so weird. Okay.
My face
Whatever.
shine.
Share.
Like a diamond on one side.
How do I share again? I don't remember how to share.
On which?
On Facebook.
Just there should be a share button.
Yeah, but it's only asking me to share it to a page or a group. So I'm like, here. Well, I'll just copy the link and repost it. There we go.
And
Y'all look beautiful, by the way.
oh, thanks.
I feel dead.
I
Hi,
think I feel
Maddie.
like that inside.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining
It
us.
definitely feels like a Monday for me.
Hello.
I don't know if I ever told y'all, but I do
Hi, Erica.
bhangra dancing. Oh wait, where'd Joe go?
I don't know. I think she dropped.
Good
Just
job.
If you
Wait, what kind of
exit
dancing you said?
Joe,
Bhangra
exit,
dancing
come
every
back.
Monday.
Oh, nice.
Because I was giving you a shout out. I was saying hello. Thanks, Erica.
Akitawag name
Hi,
po.
Ashiana.
Hi, shout out to you,
Say hi to
Erica.
everybody.
Erica May Mateo.
Oh no.
Hi,
Mr. Chu.
Chu.
She said her Wi-Fi is kind of jacking her up right now.
Ew. I hate that. Mine's been
Oh,
kind of like
so
that
you're
too.
new to Kulu. That's I guess.
Oh, she's on here twice. Let's see.
Who, Joe?
Yeah, I have two her on here. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
look, there's Star. She's answering.
Hi, welcome back.
Hello.
Thank you. Sorry, my Wi-Fi is really bootsy.
Can you toggle on hotspot? Because you look kind of blurry.
I am on my hotspot. For some reason, my home internet is not working.
Oh.
Oh no.
Hi,
Yay,
welcome.
Star will be joining
And
us.
welcome.
Yes.
Yay!
So we'll get started shortly. How was your guys'
What's wrong?
weekend? Nothing. Something just like flew across my face, like right across my.
Was it a
Anyways.
panty?
What?
Was it a panty?
No, I don't wear any panties, so I don't think they'd be flying around anywhere. How's your guys' weekend?
Hot. It was hot.
Same.
Yeah.
Did I go anywhere?
Did you go to your
I'm
parents'
trying to
house?
remember. What?
Oh yeah, I went up to my parents' house on Saturday, and then for Father's Day, my parents thought that TK Noodle wouldn't be busy on Father's Day, but she was wrong.
How fun.
It
Everyone
was crazy packed. We had to wait to eat at TK Noodle.
Oh man.
I had the best noodle Vietnamese.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh no, is that her?
Yeah, that was her. Uh-oh.
Joe, if you can hear me, and if you go back, try the Lanka milkshake. It's amazing.
Oh no. Oh no. She's back.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Wait, is YouTube Kumarehood or Elite X?
Kumarehood.
Hello, everyone on Hulu. Thanks for joining us and everywhere else.
We get started.
Yeah.
I was gonna wait for Star.
Okay. Oh, she's training. Okay, I missed that part. I'm sorry.
Yeah. She said she'll be here shortly. Let's see. Did you find the YouTube one?
Yeah, I found it. So, and then Facebook, is it Elite X, right?
Yeah. I'm getting confused by all the noises. What's
Okay, that's not Elite X.
Huh? What did you pull up? Something dirty?
It's like
Uh-oh.
Elite X. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what the name was. I'm like, that's not it. It's Elite X Boradoros Serigrafia. Graphia. There you go. Serigrafia. And I'm like, that's not. And it's like, buy these t-shirts.
Oh man.
I'm like, that's not it.
Okay. Well, maybe I don't know how much longer she's gonna take.
Let's just get started, honestly.
You can get started.
It's already 8:15.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on, I'm sharing.
Oh yeah, did I share? I don't know if I shared. I think I only shared on Facebook. I didn't share on Kumu.
Okay. Is everyone... Oh, I know Leon is still sharing. Oh?
What was that?
I don't know
I
what
was
that
like,
was.
hello? I was like,
What
hello.
was that? I know. I'm
Hi,
like,
how
where did
are
it
you?
come from? I don't know. I know, like all these noises are like happening, and I don't know what
Oh,
they are.
that could be the...
The chat box?
Could it be the comments?
I would have seen it though. I didn't see any comments. I thought. I don't know. Okay, I'm done sharing.
All right. Shall we begin?
Yes, please.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. If you are not familiar with us, we are the Kumarehood. We are here every Monday at 8 p.m. in California. So that would be Tuesday. What time in the Philippines? Tuesday, what, at 11?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. in the Philippines. What up, Joff?
Just watching us from Twitch.
Yes.
Ooh,
Awesome.
fancy.
Yes. All right. So, would you all like to introduce yourselves and where we can find you and all that fun information? Leanna, want to go first and talk about Kumarehood and how it started also? Since we are on this
Sure. My name is Liana Anselmo. I'm the founder of Kumari Culture and Kumarehood. I first started Kumarehood focusing on girls from 5 to 18 here in Sacramento, just to be able to make friends and trying to break the toxic cycle of just going against each other, especially in Sacramento. Growing up here, we had talked about it in previous episodes where, you know, growing up in Sacramento, even though I moved up here when I was like second grade, I was already out of the circle. I was already kind of already seen as an outsider because I wasn't already in the clique. So, I just wanted to break that cycle where I didn't really get along with a lot of other Pinais growing up. It was pretty crazy, especially in high school. It was fine up until high school. That's where it got pretty bad for no reason. And when I did move back up to Sacramento from the Bay, I was hanging out with a few of my girlfriends, and one of their daughters, who was 15 at the time, I was asking her, I was like, oh, so how's school? And then she just she broke down and started crying, and she was like, everybody's so mean to me, and I don't know why, like, I don't even know who these girls are, and they're spreading all these nasty rumors. And I was like, okay, well, obviously, it's pretty much still the same, because that's how it was back in high school. And and that's where the Kumarehood came about. But as I started doing the Kumarehood out here in Sacramento, I was getting a lot more women like our age or in our 20s, like, oh, I kind of wish there was something like this for our age. So I was like, okay, well, maybe we can just expand it. Yeah, and so this is where we are now, especially during COVID times. You can find the Kumarehood on Kumu every Mondays and Thursdays. And then where else am I on? Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Best Friend Show with my bestie Ron Sara, 8 p.m. 7 p.m. here, 10 a.m. in the Philippines. Then there's another show with Bestie, Claptrap on Community Stage. You can win up to 50,000 coins. That's 9 a.m. in the Philippines on Fridays. Thursday, 6 p.m. for us here in California. And then I think that's it. And then I have a bunch of random streams. I started gaming, so you're gonna find me here on Kumu or Twitch. I'll probably be using the multi platform again for that. But yeah, I hope you guys download Kumu. This is our home base, but we do want to reach out to more people, so that's why we're on multiple platforms now. And I think that's it.
Thank you, Liana. Fatima, would you like to go next?
Hi, everyone. I'm Fatima David, aka Fatima Music on Kumu and Fatima Music 786 on all social media platforms. You can check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Oh gosh, YouTube, TikTok, and on Kumo with that insignia. I'm a musician, entertainer by trade, so you can find me either singing, trying to be a comedian, but we'll see how that goes. Still working on my jokes over here, but I'm definitely very grateful to be on this platform. Like Liana, I feel like we have been underrepresented as women of color, and this is a beautiful opportunity for us, for everyone, to see how many beautiful shades of brown we have in our Filipino and Asian American community, and that we are beautiful inside and out, no matter what shape, form, size we are, well, no matter what our beliefs are, what our cultural, religious, or even our sexuality. We are able to embrace that and love each other 100% unconditionally, and remind our kumares all over the world that it's okay to love yourself and accept the perfect imperfections of each other and yourselves, and to be able to grow and be able to share such a beautiful opportunity, our thoughts and opinions that no one has ever heard from our community in this platform. And so I'm super grateful that Liana, Joe, Leilani, Tracy, Iris, Charlene, Star, and who else did I miss? All of our kumares that were able to
Sheila.
like real. Oh Sheila, that we're able to just really speak our minds and be blessed with people actually loving our opinions and make a change where it needs to be changed. So I'm really grateful. Wow, I can't believe we're on all these platforms all at once. So thank you to everybody who's following and sharing. Make your comments and ask questions, because that's how we learn and grow together.
I know. I'm still trying to get used to being on multiple platforms. It's
Right. Oh, and by the way, if you keep seeing me move back and forth, I'm so off on this like mirror imaging. I don't know where to put my body in the camera.
exactly, Joff. Who needs the other apps? Kumu's all you need.
Right? Thank you, Fatima. Joe, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Joe, also known as Joe Boss. I'm here in Daly City, California. I'm super happy to be here with my Kumaris every Monday. I am on Allah. Who's is that?
That was me.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram at JB Collaborations. I am definitely proud to be part of the Kumu family. I'm part of Team USA. I do events and relations for Team USA. I have a show on the community stage called The Secret Sauce with Joe Boss. I am actually moving the schedule around, so I'll be on the community stage every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m., which will be 8:30 a.m. in the Philippines, where I interview folks from the food and beverage industry, chefs, bartenders, food lovers, folks in media, and I also am starting a new show. I've done a couple episodes already. It's called Grow and Glow with Joe. So it's all about empowerment, loving yourself. I've been on hiatus for like the last couple weeks, but I promise I'll be back in the afternoons, sometime around lunchtime on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Hopefully, getting back on track with Rolling with the Titas with Fatima Music. And also, I had my first episode of the J Boss Zone. So
How
you know,
cute!
She freeze again?
She froze, but at least her photo's cute the way that she froze.
That's true.
It's okay.
Yeah,
And
you're
not like
frozen.
mine.
You're back.
Not like
okay, I'm back. So the J Boss Zone, where we do everything nerdy under the sun. So last week we did a 5-hour build of the Razor Crest from Star Wars Mandalorian. So we're going to be doing that every so often. Who knows? Maybe you might catch us like eating out, on our adventures. Like he's been bringing around his tripod. So you might see myself and Jay Jericho on the J Boss Zone. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I am Leilani Lim. You can find me on Instagram at Leilani Rose or So Fresh So Green. Here, I'll add it right now. There's my IG names. You can find me here every Monday at 8 p.m. Cali time. We're also, let's see, Kumarehood International on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Or that is Friday at lunchtime. Sorry.
I know, it's all these time
I'm
zones that
all,
are hella confusing. I'm gonna put
I
the
used to have a script, but it's not in front of me. So, and then also every Saturday, I'm gonna start streaming my plant stream. Um, Saturday mornings is my goal before it gets too hot. Yeah, every Saturday. Let's see. Last Saturday, I repotted a bunch of plants. I just got new broccoli juice plants, so I repotted those and some other plants. So yeah, thanks everybody. We're going to talk about education tonight. So my first question to our lovely Kumarehood panel is, what memories do you have from elementary, middle, or high school? Do you have any favorite teachers, and why did they make an impact on you? And if you have any memories that are not related to learning, I think that's okay to mention. But yeah, if you have any teachers that made an impact, why and what did they do?
in elementary school.
Elementary or middle school or high school?
oh, that's a lot of teachers.
That's good.
Can I
Cause
give two examples, one bad
yeah,
one and one good one?
sure.
Okay. So I'll start with the good one. My best teacher was Miss Levins in the fourth grade at George Washington Elementary School in Daly City. And she appreciated the fact that I was a nerd and that I liked geography and I liked science. And she told me, you should enter the geography bee. You should, play this game. It's called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? You should play, this game called, I forgot what it was called, Geo something, but like that was when things were like electronic for the first time. And I would be the type of person who'd go to Toys R Us, KB Toys, and play with the computers. Like that was my thing. And she saw that and she, put me in classes and programs that actually helped me express myself. Um, Like, I was a little chubby, like, Filipino girl who came from private school, didn't know how to dress. I dressed like a tomboy. I was wearing 49er sweatshirts and sweatpants all the time. Meanwhile, all my girlfriends were wearing, not girlfriends, all the girls in the class were wearing, clothes from like Clueless, like Mary Jane's and looking really pretty. And here I am wearing a John Montana sweater. So she appreciated that. She told me to like she just encouraged me to do a lot of things that I wasn't able to do at my private school at OLPH. So that was pretty cool. Um, Speaking of OLPH, a bad example was when I was in kindergarten and then I had to heat up a Tupperware of food. And so I was in kindergarten and then my grandma, my inang, gave me a thing of dinaguan and longanisa. And by the time lunchtime rolls around, it's all coagulated, right? It's like gross looking, like if you're not initiated in Filipino food. So my teacher said, go to the 8th grade class because there's only 8 classes, 8 no 9 grades, K to 8. And then the 8th grade teacher lifted my Tupperware. She was like, and then heated it up and then like gave it to me. And like that was, and of course she was not Filipino, right? So that was like I think everybody's had their like lunchbox moment, but that was a learning experience for me. Like, oh shoot, I am not like these other people who are eating Lunchables and turkey sandwiches. Like, I'm eating ulam straight from the kitchen, right? And I think that's how I realized like I was different. But yeah, that's one good memory and one not so good memory from
You had a
elementary
great
school.
meal.
But it was delicious. Longanisa and dinagon. That's like, sorry Jay, that's like Gout City, but it was delicious.
I know. I remember talking about my lunchbox story in kindergarten. My lunches would get jacked pretty much the entire school year, and I never even noticed that my nana would pack me a lunch every day. And it was like towards the end of the school year, like one of the teachers was like, "Oh, Liana, come over here." And there's this little boy crying in my class, and he's just like, "I'm so sorry for stealing your lunches." And I was like, "You are?" I didn't even know I had lunch.
She probably packed you so much extra food you didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I told her, and she was like, "Yeah, I would pack you lunch every day. I was wondering why you would come home so hungry." And I was like, "Oh."
She definitely
He must have
fed
really
somebody.
liked your nana's food, man.
Apparently. But yeah, I do also remember an odd story where my nana packed me my lunch, and then people were like, "What the heck? Like, why is your lunch in a country crock bucket?"
It's called sustainability. We've been sustainable before sustainable was a
Right?
thing. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hella funny. Oh my god. Filipinos, the first sustainable or community. Learn.
It was either in that, a country crock, or a Cool Whip Tupperware.
Right? It didn't matter what it was. It was still like a random Tupperware.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about my teachers.
That hasn't changed. We still do that.
I don't know. Does anyone else want to go first while I still think?
I can go. So like Joe, I had a very interesting experience in my education and the schools I went to because born and raised in San Francisco, I was very lucky that my family was able to put me in private school. But when you're in private school and you're a person of color, a lot of the schools are majority not brown. So you were reminded very quickly that you were very different. So much so I still remember in elementary school, um, I actually have a weird situation because I actually went to a Montessori school the first years of my education from about 2 years old all the way up until I was like 5, 6 years old. And then by then you're supposed to move on from that and you can't stay there longer because they don't have Montessori's up until 8th grade. So my parents had to move me to a school. So they decided to put me into this private school here in the city that wasn't Montessori. So they weren't keen on individual development, individual growth, and going at your own individual pace. And I loved math. I was already doing multiplication, division, and I was already 5, 6 years old. they hated it. And I actually was told by a very mean teacher that I was cheating, even though I finished the test ahead of all the kids in class. And I was held back for her to yell at me because I was in detention for cheating. But my dad was like, "Did you catch her cheating? Did she get anything wrong?" And she goes, "No, she just didn't finish the math recording like everyone else." And he goes, "But she got it all right. So how could she be cheating?" And she goes, "Well, she has to follow the rules and follow the way I do it, not the way that she knows how to do it." And it was at that moment, not only did was I reminded that I was brown, I was also reminded that I wasn't valued for my intelligence that very moment, and that I had to follow the norm and not go based on what I knew. More, I had to wait for everyone else to catch up. And it hurt because, you're only like 6, 7 years old and you're being told that you're dumb when you're not. Being told that you have to follow everybody else when all you're doing is just being excited about math, being excited about literature, being excited about things. And I think that's the one thing that was really heartbreaking as a child, was that Montessori education was a beautiful thing. And I actually believe that it's a great tool for kids because it lets them go at their own pace, but it also gives them the opportunity to shine in the things that they love and discover. And that's what you got from your education, Joe, from that one teacher. She let you grow and shine in the things that you were passionate about. Sometimes education holds kids down and doesn't give them an opportunity to blossom the way that they're supposed to blossom. It's kind of like Albert Einstein. He hated math when he was in school, but when he was out of school, he became a genius and was able to create what the fundamentals of science that we have today. So I think that kind of screwed me up because I didn't know what was right or wrong in that aspect. But I will say one teacher that really influenced my change in perspective was not about education, but was about being a human being. And it was Miss Arfston in fourth grade. I had a classmate who was bullying me and nonstop would hurt me, kick me, hit me, pull my hair, all this. And she would never get in trouble. Finally, I had it up to here, and I never got in a fight because I was very meek and nervous about those things. I don't handle confrontation very well. But this one day I said, "I'm tired of you pushing my desk. I am going to push my desk back where it needs to be." When I pushed my desk back, after she pushed it, it slammed all 8 fingers and made her fingers bleed. I didn't get in trouble though, because when the teacher pulled her out to ask her what she did wrong, she lied. When I went out, I told the straight truth and said everything. And she said, "I value Fatima's uh, story because she was frank, honest, and she stood by her values rather than trying to lie to not get in trouble." And from that day on, I always remember, don't lie because it'll catch up to you. And instead, be honest with yourself, be honest with people, and the truth will always come out the way it's supposed to come out. So that was a strong life lesson that I learned from that. And that was one of the most important memories that I gained from that. So that was a little long, but it made a huge impact in my life. So I can't regret on that one.
Thank you for sharing. Um, my memories, well, as Leanna mentioned, I also moved from the Bay Area, so I was immediately the outcast when I came to Sacramento. And um, not only was I an outcast, but the school that was closest to my house had no room, so they put me at a different school. Um, Fun story, it was actually the school that I worked at. It was by a cemetery. There was a fire. I know. I know. I said hi to them every day, okay, to the people in the grave. Anyway.
That happened to me too. When I first moved to Elk Grove, I had to go to Franklin.
Yes, actually, Liana's brother was in my class, the very first class that I was in Elk Grove. So me and him were in the same class, and then the next year, the school closer to my house was finally available. So then I had to switch schools again. And when I went there, there was a few people that were at the first school that I was at that transferred over. So luckily, I had them to be my friend. But most of the time I got bullied in elementary school, and it continued from that other school to the next school that I had to go to, and then it continued on to middle school. Um, and it started to, I realized it started bothering me when I was mean to other people too. So the person who I was closest to in middle school, who's my best friend now, we were like writing notes to each other and like making fun of this other girl in our class. It was super jacked up. But Mrs. Fuller found our notes and pulled us aside and pretty much told us what we were doing was not okay. And if we were doing it because someone else was doing that to us, that it wasn't okay, and that we should feel comfortable enough to tell her so that she can help us get out of that situation. And I was just like, wow, like I didn't expect that at all from a teacher, you know. So I totally respected her after that, and like I never made fun of that girl ever again. And I made it a point to like actually be her friend and to stick up for her when other people were not being nice to her. So yeah, shout out to Mrs. Fuller. Yes, thanks everyone. Did anyone else have any more memories they wanted to share?
I'm trying to think. Well, I was trying to think of like all my teachers. I don't know. I guess for me, my it would be my 6th grade teacher. I like Lonnie. When I first moved to Elk Grove, I had to transfer to multiple schools.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went to 3 different elementary schools in Elk Grove.
Yeah.
Just because, it was too full at the school that was close to me, so I went to Franklin, the one with the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got there to the one close to me, Folks Ranch. But they didn't have a special ed program for my brother, so we ended up going to another school where I stayed until 6th grade. But I guess my most influential teacher would have to be my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Brown. He would let me explore outside of, just the typical school curriculum. He did allow me to be more creative with doing more artwork, he gave me time to focus on music also. I got to leave the class and got to participate in so many other programs, and I got to help out his wife in her kindergarten class to play music with them and face paint. So I guess he was probably my most influential teacher. Hi, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I was trying to think if I had any of my least favorite teachers, but I can't think of what. I did put my teachers through a lot. I challenged my teachers a lot, so I'm pretty sure when they found out I was going to be in their class, they're like, "Oh, it's you." Steve put, "That's the best, having inside jokes with friends in the classroom with a bestie." Yeah, that is true. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this one. Baby G strings.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Thanks, Steve.
I don't get that. What does that mean? Are they like little G's strung along across each other, or literally like G strings
Is he
for
talking about
babies? Like G strings for babies, or like a G string that's just extra tiny?
That sounds.
Am I being dumb right now?
I don't even know what Steve meant about that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, please explain, my friend.
I think he's just playing around. I think he's just having fun with the comments.
Yeah, he might be.
Australia, Kumu?
Thanks everyone for joining
Yay!
us.
It's an inside joke with him and me. Got it. Got it,
Oh,
bestie.
okay.
Like that's a very interesting inside joke.
Yes.
Got it. Oh, because he did mention about the having an inside joke with
With
his
the best,
friends.
yeah, with your besties.
Oh,
Makes sense
that's what
now.
it is. Get it.
Let me see. I had two other teachers that I super duper remembered. One of them was hella crazy and threw staplers and keys and stuff across the room. But I also had a really nice teacher. That was my first period teacher for science. And like, this is when my parents were getting a divorce and I never slept. And she'd always check on me. Like, she knew I wasn't listening, but for my mental health, she would always check in with me and be like, "Are you okay?" But she like let me slide, I think, which was really nice.
I will
Yeah.
say a teacher from college that was a big major influence on me.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh yeah.
there were multiple teachers in college.
Yeah.
If you went to San Francisco State and you were part of the Asian American Studies program, there were multiple teachers that really played a major influence in my inspiration for being really involved in the Asian American and Filipino and American community. If I were to list them out in no particular order, but have like really shaped who I am today, I would say Dan Begonia, Alison Tintianco Cubales, Don Mabalon, and uh, Dan Gonzalez. Those four were major influences when I was for me all through college.
I have two from college. Huge shout out to Lori Perry. She's from Sacramento State. I mean, sorry, Sac City. She's the early education and early childhood coordinator for Sac City, and she used to run Solano County and Yolo County's child development centers. But she's also a professor in college, and I learned all about Maria Montessori and all of the people in early childhood through Lori Perry. And not only that, she taught us about Reggio Emilio, and that's a study in Italy where children get to learn based off their interests. So you're not just, like a typical elementary school where you're learning about math. You still learn about math, but you do it in such a fun way you don't even realize you're learning math. So that was super cool. And then I had a professor at a different community college. Her name's Iris Diamond. She was my culture and diversity teacher for ECE. And we had to prove to her that we were able to come up with a curriculum that was geared to everyone and not just one specific type of person. So, yes, because of them, I'm like, that's where my passion for teaching came from. Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question? My Mercury retrograde attacked my computer and my Wi-Fi, and my
Okay.
computer went
It
like
was
that.
Same
It was like
it
a
question.
was still the same
continuation.
question.
I
Yeah.
actually I was listening to Fatima when I was trying to reboot my computer, and you mentioned at the Allison and Malandan. Definitely those two. I want to shout out Liza Arpello from Skyline College.
Yes.
So she recruited me to be part of the first FSU Filipino Student Union at Skyline College, and I was part of the founding board, and we did the first PCN there. So I keep in touch with her to this day, and I have to say that a lot of the work that I do now, I am in tech education right now. A lot of what I do, a lot of the events that I do are direct results of what I learned in the Asian American, Filipino American classes at Skyline. So shout outs to Kababayan Program, Filipino Student Union at Skyline College.
If we're gonna give a shout out, I'm giving a shout out to Ating Tao and of course Space and LFS and the Greek organizations because I think the Greek associations, especially the Filipino centric ones, they really played a major influence in the history of our community right now. You know,
Absolutely.
I think one regret that I had when I was younger was that I actually dropped out of state. Because I was going to be an Asian American studies major or minor English major. I wish I was able to experience all that, Fatima. Yeah, but
I do have a negative though that experienced from state though. Um, being of mixed heritage, I was actually told my freshman year I wasn't allowed to join PACE because I wasn't full. Um, this was
What?
when they were
That's
still.
That's garbage.
Pardon? It was, and I actually didn't join PACE for a long time because of that person that said, "Oh, you're half. You're not allowed. Only full people are allowed in here." And I was only like
That is so
7.
rude.
I was like literally just turned 17, so I was very influenced by that. So I remembered very clearly that I wasn't accepted as Filipino for a very long time. And so it traumatized me because I was like, I'm super proud of being Pakistani. I'm super proud of being Filipino. And the fact that someone told me that your Filipino ness is disregarded just because you're not 100% was heartbreaking because the Filipino culture is not 100%. And and it really had got me like having to reevaluate how people saw Filipino in that way.
Thank you. I know. I know. So, okay, I did have sets of questions, but we answered some of them. Um, oh, man, that's really tough. I'm sorry that happened to you. Um, you can't choose what you're born into, and that's so unfortunate that they said that to you. And I'm sure by now that person who said that realized how stupid they were for saying that. I'm like, I don't know how else to put it. I'm sorry. But I'm like,
Oh
oh
no,
my gosh,
actually, you know what?
that's so rude.
No, I appreciate y'all saying that, but I think it actually put a fuel under my butt
Yeah.
to say, I'm going to prove to you that you don't have to
Mhm.
be half, a quarter, an eighth to not
Yeah.
be, or even a 16 to not be Filipino or
Yeah.
Pakistani or Spanish or Chinese or
Mhm.
whatever ethnicity you are. Whatever you have in you makes you who you are. So I
Yeah.
think that really fueled me to prove that person and everyone else that I'm more than anyone else would ever be, you
Mhm.
know? So, in a way, I thank them a little bit. It was heartbreaking then, but I think it made me stronger in what I believe in now.
Yeah. I totally get that though. Yeah. Cuz all the bullying that I went through like totally made me stronger. And yeah, it's shaped me to who I am now. Let's see. We're going to switch it up a little bit. So, I wanted to know if you guys were responsible for curriculum, no matter you can pick your age group. How would you change school and what would you change about it? Mhm. Go
Can I
ahead,
go?
Joe. Go ahead.
Man, the curriculum has to reflect the population that it is serving. Period. Um, I have to send a shout
Yes.
out to my sister Anne Reginio in San Jose, who is actually building a Filipino school for youth. And coming from a place where, well, I was born in the city, but I ended up having majority of my schooling in Daly City, even though we're at the border of Daly City and San Francisco. Um, 40% of the population of Daly City is Filipino. Yet we were learning about Oregon Trail. We're learning about, people who did not look like us. We didn't learn about the Delano Manongs or the Cicadas or the Alascaros or anybody like that. So by the time we got to college, we were so hungry to learn about our own people. And I think that's the reason why a lot of us, especially second generation 1.5, first generation Filipino American born, are like, okay, I'm in education or I'm getting my education, but where do I fit in the diaspora? How does this curriculum that I'm learning right now affecting me, or how's it relevant to me? Right. So if I could go back and say, like, okay, if I was back at OLPH, sure, we learned about Roman Catholicism. Sure, we learned about church. That's great. But then at the same time, we learned about people who, like, for example, like George Washington. Okay, great. He founded the country, 13 colonies, whoop de whoop. But then how about the waves of immigration that aided the building of this country, right? No one talks about that. No one talked about the people who came to Morro Bay, or the first settlers of Louisiana, or the settlers who went to Hawaii, right? Filipino history is American history, and for some reason, it is not being taught in Filipino or in California schools, where the a lot of the population is Filipino. Um, if I could go back, if I could say, if I could go back and say, oh, what language would I like to learn at Westmore High School? I wouldn't have picked French. I would have picked Tagalog or Ilocano. Why were the only languages offered Latin, German, Spanish, or French? It does not make sense to me. So, yeah, there should have been some advocacy for the people who actually attended those schools to learn about themselves, so that by the time they got to college or wherever they're going to in the future, they have a better sense of who they are, at least where they came from. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Fatima, would you like to chime in? Add to that?
I definitely agree with Joe on that. That yes, there needs to be education that revolves around the people that you're teaching it, and really don't just tell the one-sided story. And I think that's the one thing that I feel that's not. It's
Tell that raccoon to get out of there.
Allah, Allah, Allah.
Fireworks
Look at
or
his face! Look
raccoon?
oh shit. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Please excuse. Hopefully
Oh
that's
shit.
fireworks or a raccoon.
I hope to God
I
it is,
hope
but
it's
it's
not a
like,
raccoon.
oh God, what the frick is going on outside? Oh shit. Sorry.
Joe?
God.
Oh my God.
On Fatima!
It's like right over our house. I don't know what's going on. I think it's fireworks, but
That's
it's like,
fireworks
I
then.
think it's
That
fireworks.
sounds like
holy,
fireworks.
oh,
It's
oh my
That's
fireworks.
scary
gosh.
though. I hope your
That's
house
hella
is
scary.
yeah.
Oh
Your
my
hose is
God. It
connected,
was like,
right?
what?
Your hose is connected, right? So if you need to water anything, it's
Oh,
ready to go.
oh Lordy. I'm
Dang.
so sorry. That was the weirdest thing ever. I hope that gave
It's
us more hits on viewers now after they saw that I made a.
in a panic.
Oh my God.
I totally hit everyone with fire preparedness. I'm all, is your hose
Wow.
connected? Are you ready for a
Did
fire?
y'all hear it?
It was
Yeah, we
loud.
heard it. It's hella loud.
It sounds like fireworks like next to
I
your window.
literally went underneath my desk because I was so scared. I was like, "Oh my God!" Oh, my heart like literally stopped. Okay, okay, what were we talking
You wanted to talk to your
I
kids?
don't even know. Hi, Brooke.
How you would
Oh,
change education in the curriculum if you were
um,
responsible for it.
I actually would prefer that Montessori went all the way to college
Yeah.
level. I think
Mhm.
so much intelligence is being failed on because our youth isn't given an opportunity to learn at their own pace, to pick the things that they're passionate about and thrive on that. Like I agree there should be fundamentals. Obviously fundamentals need to be taught. But I also feel that there needs to be taught at their own pace. Cuz then they're not going to understand. One child doesn't learn the material the same way another child does. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out mirror imaging scene.
Everyone is different. There's
you
different
know,
types of learning.
everyone's unique and different, and the learning styles are different. So teachers need to be trained and recognize that students learn auditorily, they learn visually, they learn by reading, or they learn by touching. And I don't think that has been strongly addressed in the educational system to give kids a better chance at succeeding. That's what I think.
Absolutely. So for those who don't know, I'm taking a break from teaching, but the reason why I never worked in a school district is because I don't believe in that type of learning. I believe that children, exactly what Fatima said, children learn at their own pace. They need to be interested. So where I was working was a program where they believed in the same things. Um, they were totally about whatever the children were interested in. And of course, if you already show interest, they're going to stick around. It's not like the same boring, like, 2 plus 2 is 4, or, like all that stuff. Like, you can do that with items and you can make it fun. So if I could change it too, it would be like Maria Montessori or Reggio Emilia, and just a combination of people's interest. I would also add the same thing that Joe said: Filipino American history is American history. There's so much Black history that is American history. None of that is in the books. I feel like the only thing we learned was that, not the only thing we learned, but we learned who conquered who back in the day, and it's like now we're all healing from that. Um, Also, if I could change things in high school, I would teach children how to actually balance like your bank account. Basic stuff that we need to learn. They don't teach us that. So if I could go back, that's one of the things I would teach them. I would teach them about insurance too, because okay, yes, you're an adult when you're 18, but in my eyes, you're not a real adult until you're paying your own health insurance and you know what the heck all those papers mean. So if I could go back, that's what I would change. Liana,
I
what
would
about you?
definitely. I agree, but you should definitely also add to that credit card.
Yes, credit cards.
And
Yeah.
taxes.
And
Taxes.
taxes, how to do your taxes, what all that stuff means, what to claim, like what happens when you get married, what happens if you're single, what happens if you work 2 jobs, like what happens if you make more than expected, all that stuff.
I actually had
Life.
a class like that in high school. I forgot what it was. It was like an alternative like math class.
Oh.
I don't remember, but I just remembered like I forgot what it was called. But yeah, because I remembered having to do all these different scenarios, like if I were married, stuff like that, or yeah, it was a pain. Like I had to file like so many tax forms for homework. It was crazy. But
Liana's like, I don't like your idea, Lonnie.
no, I mean it's a good thing to know. Like I mean at least I was prepared when I had to start filing taxes on my own. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of the education system now. I struggled. Like I was really bored with the system. I was I don't remember when I started falling off because I was pretty advanced, but I got bored. Um, there wasn't really room for growth for me, and so I just was like, F it, I'm done. um,
Yeah.
yeah, and obviously I was a problem for a lot of teachers. Thanks, Jason. I was a problem for a lot of teachers because I always fought back when it came to certain things, or I might have been a little too crazy with my assignments, especially in English. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not really a fan. Like I've also been a teacher. I've taught like a pharmacy program for adults, and then I also taught music for kids. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the current system. But it just reminded me of one of my English teachers was so pissed off. Like we were all assigned as a group to reenact a part of Othello, but you had to do it in your own type of way. And for some reason, I was like, "Hey, let's put it in a strip club setting." And then I got it approved. He's like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yes, I want it in a strip
Who was
club
your
setting."
teacher?
Mr. Bandy, and he was like, "Okay, I'll allow you to act it out if you use dolls." And I was like, "I don't have enough Ken dolls." And he's like, "Oh, I have some." Why did he pull it out of his desk? I was like, "Why were you already ready for this?"
He's like, I've been waiting for this moment. I've
So
had these
yeah,
stash away.
all I remember is when like was it Desdemona like lost her handkerchief, and there was like a cherry embroidery on it. So I ended up making it a G string. with a cherry
Gabby
on
says
it.
that's different.
Yeah, I mean,
Gabby.
obviously people loved my reenactment of
Of
Othello.
course. I love it. I wish I was in your class.
But yeah, he's just like, oh god, not you.
Backstory: Liana and I went to the same high school, but she was in the
Yes.
grade over mine, so I
Yeah.
wasn't able to be in her classes. We just kicked it at
You
lunchtime.
might have been lucky to not be in class with me. Like, don't associate with her.
It would have been entertaining for me.
True. True.
Because it's funny, because when I was teaching, I was always attracted to the kids that were naughty, because that to me that interprets as they're hella bored of this class and they need more. They
Yeah.
need more to thrive. So then I would like challenge them and give them more stuff, And these kids were only in preschool, so like I had kids like doing hardcore ass math, like for being a 4-year-old, and their parents would be like, "Well, what do I do when they're older?" I'm like, "You got to keep challenging them. That's why they're acting out. They're bored." They're too smart for this. Like, you've got to be on them and give them something to do. Challenge them.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about that though? Can we break that down? Because
Go ahead.
I could only imagine how many folks in our classes were actually great students, but the way that they were being taught was not conducive to how they were learning,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I
So
completely
like
agree.
so with what Liana said about, not liking the system, I was the same way. I dropped out of state. I knew that 4-year college is not for me. I went to a vocational school. I went to an online school before anything was online, right? Like people say, "Oh, you went to University of Phoenix and blah blah blah. That's just an online school." Well, guess what, mother?
It's
Everybody's
school.
learning online now, right?
Yes.
So it's like I always have this mantra which I learned from Liza and Mighty Four, which is hashtag always a student. You're always learning no matter what
Mhm.
platform you're on, no matter if you went to a university, a vocational
Thank you.
school, you
Tell them.
took like a class like at City College or a class at,
Mhm.
Skyline or wherever junior college you're at, right? I think the patriarchy and how systems are today are valuing old ways of learning, which means the Ivy Leagues, the universities, and even at that level, those who are people of color are not given the same opportunities as those who came from old money, who came from a lineage of people going to like Harvard. How many of those motherfuckers at Harvard actually deserve to be there?
Okay.
Hashtag
Thank
Lori
you.
Laughlin and Becky, right? Like
Yes.
people who go to these universities probably didn't even deserve it. They probably didn't even work for it. They were probably paid to get in. Whereas people like, people of color, we learn differently. We were not taught the same way as Western people were taught, right?
Mhm.
I'm I'm even thinking about all the folks who are not at universities who are thriving right now because they were an entrepreneur or they started their own business, who did not go the traditional 4-year college and then ended up like Mark Zuckerberg, right? Like he dropped out of Harvard, yet
Mhm.
he developed some. Well, maybe that's not a great example because I have a love hate with Mark Zuckerberg, but
No, but that's a very good example that you're doing. Stick with it
Yeah.
because it's actually
Yeah.
very valid.
It's
Because
true.
he's a
um
billionaire now, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
Based on an idea that he had, and he had people to support him to get that idea to life. And I think that's what a lot of people need these days is they have the drive, they have the ideas, but they don't have the support system nor the privilege to make those ideas um, in real life.
Yeah.
So
amen, girl.
so for those who bash on people who go to vocational schools, who go to like workshops, to take
Ain't
free
no shame in the
classes,
game.
there is no shame in education as long
Yep.
Mhm.
as you have the power and the willpower and the drive to get the curriculum done and to do the work. I applaud you no matter where you go, right?
That's actually funny you mentioned that because I actually had a serious conversation with one of my colleagues about how the educational system has been flipped upside down because of pandemic, and the job industry is flipped upside down because of the pandemic. Because
Yep.
now, if you look at this right now, like, let's just be real, let's talk serious, right? When you look at a job resume, they always say must have college degree, must have college degree, must
Mhm.
have some kind of educational degree that is referential to the position that you're going at. A lot of people stopped going to college because of the pandemic. And not only these people stop, there's going to be more that are gonna like, what's the point? I can learn everything I need to through job applied skills or training or certifications. So the way that the job market is going to be in the next 4, 5, maybe even 10 years moving on, it's flipped upside down, and companies are going to have to reevaluate how they're valuing education versus experience, skill, and drive. So we have to really think forward. If these kids really want to be driven and passionate and learn, they should be going through the Montessori style of education, because it's going off of what they're passionate about, not of what the government wants them to learn.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Yes, for sure.
exactly.
And to piggyback off of that, think of all our colleagues right now who are in debt because they chose to go to university, who
Yep.
have like $30,000 in debt, right?
But I will tell y'all right now, and I'm saying this to my kids who are listening, you're going to college, you're going to get a master's, you're going to get a PhD, whatever the F it is to go for it, because I'd rather have you learn now while you're young and influential and your brain wants to learn, and then you go back to, you start working, trying to make money, and then you realize, I want to learn more. You're going to miss that opportunity because your brain is not going to want to have the capacity to want to learn because it's already learn it on other aspects. So kids, I'm still making you go to school.
See, I always have to tell people why I didn't go to university, and my answer is because I don't want to have huge debt. Okay? Let's be honest. Like, unfortunately, I wasn't made on money like all that, and like those privileged people don't have money like that. And every time I applied for financial aid, somehow I made too much money. Don't know how, because that is not true. Your girl's on
Yeah.
the struggle bus, okay?
Yeah.
And I don't even have school debt, so I don't understand what they're talking about. But yeah, you could still be successful. But yeah, I would go to school too. Like one of my oh, actually, never mind. Liana, go ahead. That I have another
I
thing.
don't even know what I was gonna say anymore. Um. Well, wait, what were we talking about?
Wait, hold on. Let me go back.
About education and how if you how you would pivot it,
You would
how you
change it,
change it.
yeah.
Oh, I already went.
Oh, that's right, you
Yeah.
did. Sorry. Okay. Thank you, everybody. So, speaking of school, my next question was: do you have plans to go back to school or any additional training or education? Yes, Joe's nodding yes. Me too. Since your mouths are full. No, I'm just kidding. I'm planning on doing that too. As I mentioned earlier, I'm taking a break from teaching. However, I'm going to use this time to go back to school and take care of myself, because being a teacher in the pandemic was really hard. We went from teaching in person with tons of kids to only teaching a few kids. And the place where I was working was hosting distance learning. So when I tell you hosting, I'm talking kindergarten through sixth grade. Helping them through tech support is most of what we did that for that whole period of time. We had to help all the kids who didn't know how to read yet, manage a computer, and manage just having terrible internet. So that wore me out like to so much. So yeah, now I'm taking a break. I want to go back to school and end up in social work. Um, but to do that, I need to maintain my teaching permit, and that's why I need to continue going to school. So yeah, but I'm focused now, so it'll be a lot different. Thank you. Next.
I could go. Um, so I actually, I say I hated school back in the day, but actually I do like school. I actually like learning. For
Same.
those who don't know, right? Like for those who don't know, I do work for a tech school. I work for a boot camp school. I can't say it on stream, but it is a school that teaches coding, user experience, business. What else do we teach? I should know this. It's in my pitch deck. A lot of things. And for this school, I'm in their marketing department, so I do virtual events all the time. Like I'm on break as well because I realize I also need to take care of myself. Self-care is very important because at the start of the pandemic, we really had to pivot from the in-person events and classes and workshops and make them virtual. So from the time that the pandemic started to now, I think I hosted over 100 events. So in the last year and a half. And it really burnt me up because, like Lonnie, I was, online teaching people how to go on Zoom. Like, no, you cannot go off mute right now. Oh, you are on mute. Like things like that. So coming into Kumu and doing virtual setting was actually pretty natural for me, and doing this on Melon is like super natural for me. But I'm I definitely want to take more classes to just better myself. I would like to take like a data analytics class or a data science class because, learning how to do things on Excel is very helpful. Like I love my spreadsheets. Um, and for those who want to know more about, the type of classes we have, definitely hit me up. Like we host free events. So if you don't have the means to pay for a class, let me know. I have, ways for you to get educated for free. We don't want access to be an issue for those who really want to learn. And if you really have the drive to learn, let me know. I'll get you codes. I'll get you what you need in order to get you where you want to be. So I feel like every event that I've hosted, and this ranges from like women empowerment to DEI initiatives to coding, data science. Like I feel like I'm learning all the time. And I think that's the blessing of the type of work that I do, is because I get to, learn from the teachers and the workshop facilitators. So, but yeah, if you're curious and you want to know the programming that I help produce, let me know. So yeah, always a student. That's the hashtag, always a student.
Thanks, Joe. Fatima, would you like to go next?
So I definitely agree with you, ladies. I really want to further my skills and learn. And it's always about learning and growing and making yourself better mentally, physically, emotionally. And I think that because we're always changing as a person, and what we were passionate when we were younger all changes as we grow. And so you learn new things, you find new passions, you want to be better. It's always want to be better, like do better, be better, strive for better. And it's always the struggle of like expectations, like do you stay stagnant or you keep going. And a book that really sticks in my head that really changed my perspective in life in general is Who Moved My Cheese. That book is only 100 pages, but it really opened my eyes to be open to anything and everything that she like is in front of you. And so I definitely would want to further my education. College, going back to school, like more like certification, another degree, or even at my company, we actually have a free like thing. It's called, so I don't know if I can say this on, but there's this thing called Trailhead. It's a free certification and lessons and learned like modules that you can literally learn on your computer, on even on your iPad or cell phone, that it betters you in all different areas of technology, which I super am appreciative of. Because if you're not interested in technology, or you are interested and don't know how to get into it, this is a free way for you to kind of learn more about those tools, and then go from that and see where you want to go with it. And it's actually for people who aren't interested. This is also a recommendation for people who aren't interested in going to college after high school, but want to do something with their careers and want to get into an industry that you didn't think you can get into. These things like job and my job, they have tools and resources that in other companies that give it to you for free, or even just give it to you for that's accessible, so that you have an opportunity to succeed even without having a college degree. Yes. So I'm planning on getting my Trailblazer certification, and I plan on Actually, I have to vouch for Joe. The classes that her company does have, I've taken a few of them, and they're absolutely amazing. I did a public speaking one. I like to talk a lot, but sometimes I don't talk direct. So that helped that presentation.
I feel that. Thank you for all the resources. Liana, what about you?
Yeah, for sure. I do love to learn, but I probably wouldn't go back to college. Um, it would be more of like the workshop stuff, um, stuff like that, or online learning. That's more my thing, I think. But yeah, for sure. Um, yeah.
Thank you. All right. So we have about 12 minutes left. Let's see.
That went by hella fast, yo.
It
I
did.
know.
Hella fast.
We ended up combining like questions together, so that worked out really well.
With our forces combined, we are Kumarehood.
That's right. That's right. Thank you for joining
Wait,
us, by
that
the
was.
way. If you're new.
Oh, yeah, it's different.
I know.
Oh,
Wait, no. Wait, what? Is it like? Is,
Hey, Christian.
here, can we just do this?
That way it's both ways.
I can't find it.
You can't find it.
Don't you see every time I talk? I'm like,
I know.
What
It's like,
way do I go?
Just think you're talking to yourself in the mirror.
it's so weird.
But then when I turn, no, even in the mirror, it's not. So I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to the right, but it shows me going to the left.
Really?
Why does it look
I never
like
noticed it. I was like, what do you mean?
We are also learning how to use this system. Does anyone else have any more comments about education that they'd like to share?
What about you? Oh, you said yours already.
I'm sorry, I have stuff in my mouth, but
That's okay.
you are never too old and it's never too late to learn.
Thank you.
I didn't get my bachelor's until I was 36. And I'm
nice.
Never too young. Never too young. Never too
Okay,
young.
well, congrats.
Never too young.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I got
There
my
was a lady, didn't she? Wasn't there a lady that was 80 years old and she got her college degree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never too old, never too young. And if and say like you have a child that wants to learn how to code, let them, right?
Yeah.
They actually, they do have kids programs right now to learn how to code now.
There's tons of them.
And I definitely recommend, if you're nervous about your journey or what you want to do, it's okay to take what do they call it? A gap year to explore yourself, travel.
I got lots of gap years.
It's okay. But see
quite a
the
few gap years
difference.
also.
But see, it's okay. I took a couple years gap year too, and I think it's okay to take a gap year when you're honest with yourself that you're gonna go back, that you still want to learn. You know what I mean? And I don't think people realize that.
Actually, I need to start signing up for classes soon.
Let's go. And if you live in San Francisco, it's free to go to City College.
See? Did y'all hear that, San Francisco? No excuses.
No excuses.
They have really good programs in San Francisco.
They do.
Yeah.
Take advantage of your resources if you can.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Actually, one of my best friends is in the financial department for San Francisco City. Yeah. Sorry, Joe, what were you going to say?
If y'all are on Facebook, go to the feed right now. I did put the link there. So if you wanted to take free classes, there's Google Analytics there. There's business classes. It's all free. I mean, as long as you're awake for them, you don't, a lot of them are webinars, so you don't even have to like show your face. You could do it like
Nice.
in bed, right?
See?
Or at least like participate by listening. Like it's there's not a wrong way to learn.
Yes.
They send the recordings to you if you miss the class.
Yeah.
See,
Yes,
that's
if you sign up
nice.
for it and like you miss it, you get the recording.
That's
And all the
beautiful.
materials, so you're never at a loss of learning from that company. Really
That's
good.
lovely. And you learn at your own pace. See?
Montessori in the house, yo.
Yes. Yep.
Wait, Leanna, you're on
Absolutely.
mute.
Yeah, I just realized that. No, I was just no. It was just funny because I was just thinking about when I was at my old job. I was talking about my old lady hobby, and I said it was taxidermy, and I was looking for classes on on taxidermy. It's kind of expensive, but I
Wait, what?
actually
You want to learn taxidermy?
it was a joke. But then I actually kind of started looking into it. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be my old lady hobby. I'm just gonna start stuffing
Manifested
animals
it.
and stuff. But no, it was
But
funny
you
because
really
I
have
remember
to do it.
there was like something in it was in San Francisco where you would start off and you would taxidermy like mice first, and then you would work your way up to bigger animals.
I have a raccoon in my backyard that comes by often. Would you like
Oh my gosh. I thought of you, Fatima, because at the nursery that I shop at for my plant stuff, they were selling like a cage in the pest control department, and I was like, "Oh, maybe she needs a cage. Just
Do
catch
you
that thing and
know?
bring it to animal control."
Is it still there, that raccoon?
Yeah, and he's out with a vengeance. Did I tell y'all? Oh wait, no, you guys didn't. Okay, we have a few minutes. I have to tell y'all this story. It's actually hella funny. So Jeremy and I were committed to scaring this raccoon off. So Saturday, we spent our evening in the dark in the backyard with 3 super soakers full of hot water and hot sauce. Ron, it didn't work. Shooting the grass with hot sauce and hot water, and also shooting the fences so that the hot sauce was all over the fences. The raccoon kept coming back, and like first it started with me barking like a big dog. So I was like,
That's fun.
and it still, and it ran away for a second, and then it came back, and then we finally were like, no, we gotta do something. So we literally were in the dark, waiting, like huddled with our hoodies and the super soakers, waiting for every moment that the raccoon came to shoot him with the water gun, and he never. He came back 4 times, four times,
You know
and those
why?
4 times.
You know why? He went to your garbage can, took some of your baon from there, and went to the fence and dipped the baon on the hot sauce and ate it.
He was like,
Probably.
"Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby."
Oh wow.
He's been waiting for that moment.
He was like, it was horrible. I have to send y'all the videos. Maybe I'll post it on social media. Like the videos of him literally watching. He No joke. There was this one time I took a video footage and he looked straight at the camera and he went, "Stop,"
That is your
and
raccoon.
proceeded to turn. Yeah.
Bob is gonna be there forever.
Oh, his name is Steve, so we call him Stupid.
Oh, Steve. Sorry, I thought it was Bob or Steve. One of the
No
two.
offense to anyone with the name Steve.
Rumor.
It's just
The better rumor, aka Tater Tot.
The other
Oh, I want to see a picture of this raccoon. I want to put a bandana on it, like how Steve wears his bandanas.
I'll send it over to you. I took hella photos. And you can play him walking with the bandana to Karate Kid's inspiration as he's looking for all the grubs.
Inspiration.
So Jeremy hella made me laugh because he goes, "Babe, I know why the raccoon loves our backyard, because we're the grub hub for raccoons." I was like, "You're a dork."
Y'all gotta start throwing your food away in somewhere else.
Yeah.
No, it's because they're stealing the fruits from the neighbor, and then they think, oh, they got fruits, so we're gonna go down to the grub, get some
Oh
fruits.
yeah.
Use the calamansi to squeeze on the grubs. It's ceviche.
And now you got hot sauce.
What? And hot sauce
And now you got hot
instead.
Yes.
sauce.
You're
You
giving
throw
them chili
tahini
con
on
limon.
there. Mm-hmm.
Like I would be at your house too.
Me too.
Well, they say that grubs are a good source of protein. You want me to grab some for y'all? You can have it, make a ceviche of your own.
I'll take just calamansi and the calamansi seeds. Thank you.
Tuna
You
matata.
could mix up the calamansi seeds.
Oh, lordy.
All right, it's 9:27. Does anyone want to plug again, really quickly?
Can we take a picture before we go?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Let me figure out the side. What is it?
Just sit still.
1, 2, 3. One more.
Oh,
Hold on.
Oh, wait, here. Hold on. No, this one.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
no, this one.
Oh, here.
How am I gonna
Wait.
do that? I only have one.
oh, it's so tiny that wait. Here we go. Oh.
Wait. Hold on.
Wait, are we doing both?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out my fingers. 1, 2.
See, I told you. Hold on.
Okay, got it.
Yay!
Oh.
Yeah, everyone, please follow all of us. We got Liana Anselmo, Fatima Music 786, and Joe Boss, and I am So Fresh, So Green. We're here every Monday if you want to join us. And now you can find us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. You see what it says down there? Twitter and TikTok. And
Yeah,
Instagram.
but download Kumu.
Download Kumu if you haven't already done that, because
And
Kumu is
yeah.
our home.
It is.
Okay.
It's our home, and if you want to support other Filipino content creators, Kumu is where it's at.
Yep,
Yup.
that's right.
It's all about positivity and halo-halos. Woo!
That's right.
Yep.
It's really fun, and
Yay.
you don't have to be Filipino to have this app, okay? Shout out
Exactly.
to all of our other friends on Kumu.
Well,
okay?
Yeah.
I think by 2030, everyone's gonna look Filipino. So you might as well join the trend now and join Kumu.
May as well get used to it now.
Just saying. Here we are. We're trying to do the wiggle. We're like, hey.
Dude, I've been moving around because I've had to pee for the past hour.
Oh, the struggle's real when you gotta go eehee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go easy, girl.
Sorry.
I will.
Self-care, just
The Hub 408 is after this, and will also be on multiple platforms. So be sure to catch them on YouTube, Facebook, Kumu here, obviously on Ronsar's stream.
Catch them. Hey, Jericho and Hub 408. Hey,
Yes.
hey. And Steve Gerber with his headband.
guys.
number 1 fan right here. Number 1 fan, Hey, Jericho. Number 1 fan.
Hashtag JBoss. Hashtag
J-Boss
Jay
in the
and-
house.
I mean the Joe and Joff show.
J-Boss is on fire. That's their new song.
Number 1 fan. Me. Okay, Jericho.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry, that's so corny, y'all.
It's okay.
Oh, man.
It's recorded for all
everyone.
posterity's sake now.
Sorry. I've only had 2 hours of sleep.
Oh my gosh, please go to sleep.
Go to bed.
Oh my gosh, go to bed.
I will be watching the Hub 408 and
Me
helping
too.
them set up. So, see you guys there. Bye, everybody. See you guys next Monday.
Bye, y'all. Thanks
Oh,
for
wait.
joining us.
Congratulations to the Kumares for our first ever full-blown live stream, because this is the first Kumarehood USA's live stream. So, yeah, we in the house. Yay.
Yay!
Congratulations on that. We survived.
We did.
Yes, thank you for all of those who joined us on Facebook or YouTube and all of the other places. We appreciate you. Come back.
Hey,
And
you
please tell your
guys.
family and friends. Bye. Love y'all.
Bye. Thanks,
Love
Jason.
you, ladies.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you. Mwah.
Bye,
Aw,
Gabby.
you're
We
great.
can't wait to see you.
Gabby,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
the
look
greatest.
for us because we're about to stream with Gabby, guys.
There we go.
Live.
Yay! When are we going to stream with
July
Gabby?
5th.
July 5th.
July 5th.
July
Yep.
5th.
Wait, is she joining us on Kumarehood?
She's gonna
coming
meet us
She's
in
gonna be
San
here in
Francisco.
California.
to the best.
Oh! Oh, we
Mhm.
gotta. We should do a Kumarehood with Gabby at the Golden Gate Bridge.
At Lucky Chances, where?
I thought we were.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lucky Chances.
Lucky
that's
Chance.
what
Yeah,
we were
but
talking
I'm trying
about.
to eat too, y'all. Like, if we're
Lucky
gonna show
Chances.
her, we're gonna show her the
I
places
want.
y'all eat all the time.
Oh hell yeah, we gotta.
Oh,
Or we could go Isla, cause then we can Kamayan style.
Whichever. I'm down for whatever. I'm just
Is there
hungry.
good
Oh no,
Wi-Fi
let's
there?
go to Lucky
Dude, why
Chances.
won't
I
this
want to
end?
gamble.
This
She
won't
said I want
end.
to gamble.
Like,
Oh,
I
Okay.
can't end it.
I'm looking for some poker.
Wonder if I
that's
just
fun.
close Kumu?
Oh
Oh,
no, you
maybe.
closed it on Facebook and you closed it on. No,
Yes,
it's
for
still
sure.
on
Yeah, Gabby, we need to
Twitch